Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is RemovableSanity, and today I'm reviewing Turbo Overkill on the Series X, developed by Trigger Happy Interactive and published by Apogee Entertainment. So what is Turbo Overkill? Turbo Overkill is Apogee's most outrageous retro FPS since Duke Nukem 3D. The premise is you enter paradise as Johnny Turbo, half metal, half human, all murder machine. Clean up the streets with a chainsaw leg and your hover car as you battle the rogue AI Sin, rival bounty hunters and cyberpunks aplenty. The game boasts 15 plus weapons, plus upgrades, 5 difficulty settings, augments, wall running, arcade and horde modes and unlockable mods. First up is accessibility. With regards to accessibility, the developers have added in a variety of options. FOV options, button remapping, screen stroke death flash options, enemy highlight and subtitle options. Audio options are a bit basic however, so those with audio issues may have a bit of struggle there. Next is gameplay. Anyone who is familiar with Apogee will know of their pedigree with the likes of Duke Nukem, Rise of the Triad, Wolfenstein 3D and Death Rally. So, hearing they have created a new retro-styled FPS, got me excited to see if the old team could bring new life to a somewhat stagnating genre. Turbo Overkill is a game that embodies the ethos of collecting guns and door keys to access other locations, whilst murdering enemies as creatively and uniquely as possible. To that end, the biggest selling point of the game is the chainsaw leg, which by hands down is the funnest things to do in a retro shooter. With the click of a button, you launch yourself, chainsaw leg first, into enemies, tearing them into pieces. Now, whilst this does exactly that to the grunts, the bigger enemies will only lose some health and not be fully torn apart. This ensures you just can't spam the unique attack over and over again, but carefully choose when to do so, especially when it's paired up with augments. Augments for weapons, your body and ammo are brought using cash dropped by enemies at a variety of mod stations placed within the levels for you to access. As you progress the story, your head, body, left and right arm and left and right leg sections become unlocked for you to buff in some way. There is a limit on the number of augments though, with 2 per body part being the limit. Of course, for me, I gave the chainsaw leg the option to give me health and armour whenever I whipped it out. Augments can also be found in chests, often 1 per level, with a key for the chest often hidden pretty close, but in an obscure location. Combine this with the 14 plus weapons on offer and you'll soon be bouncing around the screen in a bid to gib as many enemies as possible. Movement is another delight here with the mechanics fluid and simple to get. Wall running, triple jumps, double dashes and others are soon unlocked, showing you the true versatility of the levels that are being created. They are similar to Ghost Run in some sections, with one being a fully automated crusher where the walls and floors are a variation of spinning blades. Set pieces are also a staple, from flying your car in a semi-open arena, breaking into skyscrapers and killing all those who inhabit it, to riding a minigun covered motorbike in another semi-open arena as a huge eye blasts the world around you as you make your way through it. You really will be hard pushed to be bored with this game, and those who are long-time fans will see a plethora of nods to previous titles hidden about if you do a small amount of exploring. Up next is graphics. Visually, this game looks gorgeous with its high polygon models covered with pixelated textures. There are 3 huge chapters showcasing varied locations, different sizes of maps with varying routes, and different numbers of enemies, all making each battle a joy to behold. It truly gave me that nostalgia feel of Duke Nukem with some of the levels that just ooze quality and style. That said, there was more of a couple of times there was some screen tearing or clipping through the scenery, which didn't bother me as much but did break the immersion sometimes. Hopefully a few patches on their way to ensure this is rectified. Enemy variation is also plentiful, with chunks of enemies being added as you make your way through the game. The first chapter's enemies may seem a nice selection, but once you get to the later ones, it's a feast of different brutes hunting you down. And of course, those wouldn't be enjoyable if you didn't have a nice selection of weapons to blast them into chunks of gore. Before I get to that, there's another nice touch, which is the bestiary, which shows off all the numerous types of characters ripe for dismemberment, and an option I really wish more would add into their games. As I said, weapon variation is equally impressive, with each weapon having an unlockable alternative mode. My favourite by far is still the pistol's lock-on mechanic, similar to that of Titanfall. The SMG's version of removing one gun and going full hardcore mode saved my bacon more than once, and the minigun's alternative flamer destroy all those it touches. And to capture those awesome deaths, why not use the game's inbuilt photo mode, which is a pleasant surprise found under the pause menu. But that isn't all. You soon get access to having missiles shoot from your arm with a swift middle finger once fired, plus other body mods that I won't spoil here, but I will tell you that it cranks the game up to 11. It's this over-the-top style that will engage you and keep you moving forward where other boomer shooters may not. It asks only one thing of you: do you want to kill things in fun and creative ways? If so, this is here to scratch that itch. Overall frame rate and stability was superb in all of my gameplay, aside the odd tearing or the odd visual pop-ins. Finally, its sound. Whilst the protagonist is mute, the game is fully voice relating to the characters and your favourite car AI sidekick. I won't spoil who the voice actor is, but if you're an Apogee fan, you will know. Whilst the story is nothing really to write home about, the NPC characters you meet along the way sell the game's narrative exceedingly well.
You must have known you'd end up on the other side of the barrel at some point, Johnny.
The music is fantastic and expertly pumps your blood within minutes of playing the game. That provides you with the epic battle scores regardless of locations. A variation of electric guitar, synthwave, heavy bass and lift music makes the music excel in every way that I would personally compare this to the latest Doom score in terms of enjoyment. The game's sound effects also ooze depth, and again showcases the pedigree of Apogee's ability to just get it right. Every weapon's weightiness cements its ability to connect with every gibbed NPC, and ensures the player's senses are excited. It just works and feels right on every level and location, that instills that connection of movement with sound. My recommendation here would be a good quality headset to really enjoy those amazing tunes as you blast your way through enemies regardless of their size. And this leads me on to the rating of the game. Now, I rate games in order of a void, on sale, great purchase and must own. My rating for Turbo Overkill is a great purchase. The game's price is perfect for what's on offer and gives all boomer shooter fans out there another amazing FPS to enjoy for many hours. It really is something that I believe will appeal to a vast array of players, regardless if you are into retro FPSs. The game is currently priced on Xbox at £16.74 or approximately $20, and depending on your skill and patience would give you about 15 plus hours worth of gameplay. Once the story is complete, however, there is still a huge amount of replayability, with a number of higher difficulty settings, hidden collectibles, arcade mode and endless mode to keep you more than occupied for another 10 plus hours. The game is at its best when you turn your brain off and enjoy it for the crazy ride that it is. Will this be the best boomer shooter in your life? Maybe not, but you won't forget it anytime soon either. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I do hope you like this review, and if you do, please like, share and subscribe if you so wish. And if you would like to put some notes or even just a comment in the comment section, I do like reading them. Anyway, have a great time gaming, and I'll see you all again soon.